Hey, Rain here. Today is yet again another build showcase, and it's Haalvu. Today I'm going to show you only one build, so let us immediately start. And here it is. Let's start with the passive first. So when you press the Alt fire button, the middle mouse, your weapon is going to split the gun into 4 separate mini rifles, and when enemies are nearby you, those mini rifles are going to auto-target. That's it. That's the passive. It also consumes more ammo. Now for the mods, we're going to use Gaona Zap for stat chance and direct damage. This is mandatory, raw damage, Given Chamber for multi-shot, mandatory claw chance, claw damage, mandatory fire rate and punch through, viral damage, and heat damage. You're also going to use unranked rim rounds or malignant force because we want to make viral smaller than heat for more consistent heat procs. And that's it. These are the mods. For the external weapon adapter, our Halik main free to use, it's going to be vision supplies to enhance your crits. Arcane is going to be primary crocs for last stat chance and ammo efficiency, which is very good on this weapon. You can also try out something like Merciless, Deadhead, or Bulwark. Now for the stats, this is the regular fire mode. Fire rate is good, magazine size is good, ammo maximum for pickup is 0 because this is a battery weapon, it has infinite ammo. Reload speed is very fast, accuracy is very high, it's automatic. Punch through is 2.2 thanks to Prime Shred. Riven Dispo sucks because it's a new weapon. Critical chance is average, critical damage is above average, stat chance is below average, and total damage is below average. Now for the Alt fire, the fire rate is verse, it's a burst. Critical chance is verse, critical damage is verse, stat chance is slightly better, and total damage is slightly better. By 1. And that's it. These are the stats, passive, mods, arcane, and now it's time for me to show you this build against the units. Alright, let's start. I'm going to spawn level 210 Steel Path or Cumulative Dudes. No buffs armor strip. First things first, we need to get some stacks. Of course, like always, I'm going to show you the regular fire mode. It's a single target, pure. We have plenty of these. This one is okay. It has infinite ammo thanks to the battery system, which is quite nice. Good magazine size. Decent critical chance, decent critical damage. Total damage is kind of below average, but that's fine. And it also comes with a very new or brand new status effect called the Tau status effect. And what this status effect does is, for every stack that you proc onto an enemy, you will increase the odds to proc additional status effects. For example, viral and heat. So at 10 stacks of Tau, that means you'll have a 100% chance to proc additional viral proc and a heat proc. So instead of 1 heat proc, it's going to be 2 heat procs. So it's very good for generating infinite status effects like heat, toxin, and electricity. But on its own, it's useless. It's a support status effect. So you need to support it with some kind of damage over time. Now let me show you the Alt fire. So you're going to press the Alt fire button in the middle mouse, like this. So the way this works is, if you're far away, it's a normal pure, as you can see. But if you're nearby, you have to be like from 10 meters and closer to this. It will auto-target, as you can see. It's a very close range auto-targeting AR. The downside is it doesn't hit enemies' weak points. It shoots their stomachs, like a chain weapon. Like regulators, like Zaku's pistols as well. Those floating guns he has, right? That's how it functions. So DPS is kinda worse than the regular fire mode like this. If you were to use the regular fire, it's much better when it comes to single target DPS. But this one is better when it comes to clearing. But you have to be very close. And there you go. That's the weapon. And now it's time for me to show you this weapon and this build against the Steel Path enemies. So, let's go. And we're in. I'm up against the Corrupted Enemies Mod Survival Steel Path. I'm going to show you this build, the primary Crocs build. Now let's talk about Haalvu. This thing is not the greatest. It's a very generic AR with whatever stats. You can kill enemies, but it's very slow when it comes to single target and clear, especially single target. It's not designed for single target at all. You can kill all these generic enemies, but that's it. It has a very low base damage for this weapon type, only one status effect. That one status effect is just there to complement other status effect. On its own, doesn't really do anything. The base status chance, critical damage, not the greatest. The fire rate and the magazine size are the best thing about this weapon, and for it to have infinite ammo as well. The alt fire is very interesting. It's auto-targeting stuff, but it shoots enemy stomachs instead of their weak points, so you're missing out a lot of damage. So if you want to single target DPS, it's better for you to use the regular fire mode, because regular fire mode has a much higher base critical damage and critical chance, which does a lot more than one higher base damage and 7% higher stat chance, right? For MR14 it works, but once you start going up and up and up, you have to use a large amount of layers of buffs. And for bosses, it's horrible, especially against bosses that are heavily resistant to status effects, immune to viral, or you cannot generate more than 4 status effects. This weapon blows. It just blows. It tickles a little bit more. I will show you against the Acolyte. The Acolyte fight is horrible. It's really bad. You can only generate 4 stacks of heat and 4 stacks of Tau. And those guys are also immune to Vartal. So it's better for me to bring like a primer, you know, or maybe use my Sentinel weapon, which I didn't bring. But you will see very soon. It's not the greatest. There he is. Time for a very miserable fight. Here we go. Look at this damage. Yep. This is the damage. Now if I were to turn this into the biggest fire mode and shoot his head, also not the greatest damage. So you have to use layers and layers and buffs to kill a generic Acolyte. Yeah, no, Eki. I'm trying. Believe me, I am. It's awful. It's truly awful. Let me use some buffs. And there we go. So when it comes to clearing, not the fastest. When it comes to single target, not the greatest. That's the weapon. I believe you guys seen enough. Time for me to leave, boys. And be right back. And there we go. Haalvu is okay. It works. If you like these style weapons, go for it. But we have plenty of these single target ARs that do so much better. So much. It has a unique passive and the unique status effect. But the weapon itself isn't really that unique when it comes to stats and performance. That's the weapon and the build. I hope you guys enjoy the build. Leave a like and sub, and of course, see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.